Teen Maptivists. I'm Dr. Patricia Solís, and I'm the director and co-founder of YouthMappers.
Hi, Team Maptivists. My name is Marcela Zeballos, and I'm the managing director of YouthMappers.
I got into geography as an undergraduate in college. I did not know it was even a profession that you could major in, but everything happens somewhere. And so it's a very useful field that you can have technology skills and you can learn about the world and learn about other people. When I was younger, I was really interested in math and science, and I was good at it, but I didn't really know what to do with it. And I was able to travel to Switzerland, and I saw all these beautiful remote sensing images that they just look like, these satellite images, they looked like works of art to me. And I was asking them what were they doing with it. And they were using the math behind the images to actually save people's lives and protect them from avalanches in the Alps. I was hooked right from there.
Similarly, when I started my undergraduate career, I did not know that geography was a discipline offered in my university, and I was really interested in finding common threads, across groups of people, across communities. At one point, I was interested in anthropology, but kind of after exploring this similar idea that everything happens somewhere, I'm pretty sure I saw it in a poster somewhere in school. I realized that that was something that I wanted to explore further, and that similar places with similar conditions are sort of subject to like similar challenges. And I really found my home in the geography department.
So YouthMappers is a global consortium of student-led chapters and universities. We have almost 400 campuses in 78 countries that have these clubs where students are putting data on the OpenStreetMap map. This is like the wiki of maps. There are about 1 billion people on planet Earth that are not represented in any maps, which means they're invisible to solutions and development issues. So our students around the world work together and create data and information on the map so that people can be involved in humanitarian and development projects.
Through YouthMappers, we've created a very supportive community of student researchers that at this point, now that our network has grown so much, student researchers seek each other out to strengthen their research, to improve their methods, to talk about the ways that they tackle increasingly complex problems that each of them are facing in their respective communities, to come together and design activities that contribute complex solutions to these complex problems. And so Everywhere She Maps is our way of setting the stage for inclusive participation in this network. Women are chronically underrepresented, I would say, in geography, in STEM, for various reasons. And so by encouraging, connecting, and facilitating these opportunities to students and young women in the field, we are helping them see themselves in these activities and see their opportunity for participation and contribution.
It really matters who is doing the mapping for what gets put onto the map. So Everywhere She Maps is one of the ways that we also ensure that the perspective of women and women's needs are represented in our programming. So for example, women in Bangladesh may not be the ones who navigate and go on the streets to go to work. They might work closer to home, but in case of a disaster, they need to know where to get to the closest shelter. So Everywhere that She Maps is also trying to create more security for women in parts of the world where they need to be able to navigate and get to places of safety. The tagline, Everywhere She Maps, we usually follow up with something that showcases what happens in those places. So Everywhere She Maps, the map is improved, the map is better. Everywhere She Maps, prosperity happens. Everywhere She Maps, lives are saved, and so forth. In Uganda, the Everywhere She Maps program is mapping watering locations where people go to get water and the routes to safely navigate daily lives for women there. On our own campuses here in Arizona, we are mapping sidewalks That's really important for safety at night and making sure that they're well lit and easy to navigate on campus. In Sierra Leone, our women students there are mapping where people have electricity and where people don't have electricity all throughout their country.
Yeah, I would say, especially since you're in high school and you'll have a bit more time to sort of, explore and kind of like mentally tinker with different ideas and things that you can, find online, take the time to figure out what your interests are, what you're drawn to. Take the time to explore it, to research it, take advantage of your local library or your school library, really dive into these topics so that you can just have an idea of, the spectrum of opportunities that exist so that you can kind of start finding these connections and thread them together. Before you get to college, before you, go on and do the next thing. And don't be afraid of the technology. Do not, there's a learning curve for software, for different, just there's a learning curve. And so take since you have time, take advantage of that and just, kind of start trying new things out.
To get started, you actually have everything you need right in your own hands. Your phone and your smartphone can help you get connected early on into how we can use some of these really easy tools to learn more about open mapping. Your teacher can help you get started with that. We also encourage you to think about if it intrigues you and you also want to discover more about how everything happens somewhere, go to your university and major in geography or geospatial skills or take a geography class and look for a YouthMappers chapter at your home institution.